Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you once again for tuning in and for joining Controversy 7 Ministry. I want to share with all of you a testimony, and this is my own personal testimony. And I pray that this may be a blessing to all of you, and that upon those who hear it, they may be able to understand why it's important for us to ensure that our homes are fortified and to ensure that we are protected and that our home, our bedroom, our pillows, the bed we sleep upon, our blankets, that it is all surrendered over to our Father in heaven. Let him have full jurisdiction in our families, in our lives. Because if God does not have full jurisdiction in your household, I tell you, the devil is going to slither his way in, and he's going to be the one that goes and claims your house, and he will claim you. Do you know how much spiritual visitations take place? Like, a lot of people, every single day there's a spiritual visitation that takes place. Many of you who are watching, all of you who are watching, you have been visited by a spirit and you didn't even realize it. Now, this encounter that I'm going to share with all of you, it's basically an encounter that I've had with a spirit that took the form, and it revealed itself as a reptilian being, and it had the resemblance of the image of man, and also the image of a serpent mixed in together as one. And I'm going to describe to you this because I saw it. I saw this spirit. And also I'm going to share with you the offer that I was being given. Friends, I tell you, it's very important to ensure that you are fortified and that your soul is completely surrendered to God. I'm telling you, we are in a time and age where distraction is at an all-time high. I myself also struggle with distractions, and that's one of the things that I need to overcome is distraction. That being said, this happened, should I say, when I was at my parents' house. I was still at my parents' house, and I was in my bedroom. And what had happened was I was carried away in the spirit. Now, as I went to sleep, I know for certain that I did not sleep as in sleep, because I was fully aware of what I saw. I was carried away from my room. I was taken to a whole different realm. I tell you, I was taken to a different realm. I was completely in another dimension. I was in another dimension, in a different realm. I was in a different terrestrial plane. And when I was taken to this realm, I was taken then to an office. I was taken to a building. And this building looked like it was, I saw books. It looked like the most luxurious library, library of the most antique books of records, encyclopedias. I saw every form, like I saw books. I saw the most expensive shelves. It looked like I was inside a building in a big room. It was a very big room. It looked like I was in a spacious room that a president would sit in. It looked like I was in the office of a president, or maybe I was in the office of like the most powerful people to walk the earth. So in that room that I was taken into, I saw a man approached me, and he was in that room. As I was taken to the room, I saw then this man who began to walk towards me. He had a suit and he had a necktie. So the man was well formally dressed. The man approached me and he began to have a conversation with me. He began to talk to me. And as he approached me, he began to sit upon the table. Again, and this table, it looked like, for sure, this was like solid wood, very heavy, very expensive material. Like the way that this table is, I'm trying to describe to you that how the place is. So as the man sat on the edge of the table. He had this look. He did this, and he was looking at me. And he began to then talk to me. And as he engaged in a conversation with me, I was there, beholding the man, and he began to talk to me, and he began to make an offer to me. He told me who he was, not his name, but he revealed to me, man with the fancy suit. He began to reveal to me that he was a part of a secret society. And the secret society that he was a part of was the most powerful secret society to walk on the face of the earth. And that this secret society can be able to offer me anything that I want. To which, right after that, he began to follow by making me an offer. He wanted me to enter into a covenant with him and into a covenant to be initiated into the secret society that he is a part of. So he told me, he said, if you join, I don't remember if he called my name, but as he looked at me, he began to call me, and he said, you see, if you join our society, we will give you whatsoever your heart's desire is. Whatever you want, we will give it to you. Money, will give it to you. Anything you will have, and you will be among the powerful people. And as I heard this offer, there was something that I was saying back to him, but I was not responding in giving him the response that he wanted me to give him by accepting the offer. So the man turned aside to talk to someone. And as he turned aside to talk to someone, he was getting a response back also. However, he was talking to thin air. I didn't see anybody there, nor did I hear a voice. And I began to put two and two together. As I gazed upon the fellowship, the interaction that the man was having, I came to the conclusion that the man truly was talking to a spirit. Given that he was a part of a secret society, I understood right away that he was talking to a familiar spirit. I then asked him concerning the man or the being that he was talking to. I said, who are you talking to? The man then began to tell me who he's talking to, to which it confirmed my suspicions. Then I said, let this spirit reveal itself. I said, reveal yourself. And then the spirit then began to come forward, and I began to hear then the audible voice of the spirit. At first I did not hear, nor did I see. But now when I demanded that the spirit reveal itself, then I began to hear the voice of the spirit. What happened next, brothers and sisters, was exactly that, the manifestation. Maybe about what? I'd say about 15 feet away or so. From about 15 feet away, the voice was about 15 feet away, and then the voice began to approach closer and closer. To maybe about what, 10 feet away? The spirit maybe was about 10 feet away, and then as the voice was approaching close to me, the spirit began to come out to reveal itself. It was almost like it did not just appear, boom, just like that, but rather the spirit was walking into its manifestation. It was almost like it was walking into appearance. Does that make sense? So that's what happened, was that the spirit walked into appearance, and it basically appeared before me. And as I saw this being stand before me, I began to lift up my head, because this being was very tall. If I was to guess, what I saw was a being that was about what, maybe 8, 9 feet, 10 feet, maybe taller than that. But the spirit revealed itself, and it stood tall, and it looked down like this. And I saw that this being had the physical stature that resembled the image of man. But then I began to look at the skin of this being, and the skin was very scaly. The skin of this being was scales. And after that, I looked at the chest of this being. Yes, it had the chest of a man that resembled that of a man, but it had the slits, or not. It's almost like it had the slits of either like a crocodile or like a or a serpent, like an anaconda or a python. And it had a tail that resembled the tail of a serpent. It was like this creature, this being that stood tall before me. It had the appearance of multiple creatures appeared that was all a part of its appearance, its full appearance. But the main thing was lizard and human being. That's what it appeared as. As the being stood before me, I then heard its voice, and it began to talk audibly. And as the voice began to talk, now the man was there, and the spirit that was now manifested stood right next to him, his familiar spirit. And the spirit then began to talk, and they began to lay the offer. They said, if you join our society, and we will give you all the wealth, everything that you want in this life, we will give it to you. That is what they were. That's what the spirit was saying, and also the man was saying the same thing. And as I heard these words come from the voice of the spirit, I then heard another voice that was inside my. It was like another voice, a still small voice that I could hear echo in the back of my head, and I heard that voice, and it came out to my frontal lobe, and I heard the voice, a wonderful voice that I needed to hear. The voice said, for me to give an answer to the spirit, for me to give an answer to the men, to give an answer to this secret society, the response that I was told to give them was to say, I love my Savior. I love Jesus Christ. Now, it was almost like, and I began to say, I began to say first in my heart, I said, I love him. As the voice spoke those words. Then my answer that came forth from my lips, I told the spirit and the man of the secret society, I said, I love Jesus Christ. That was my first response for an answer to them. And as I mentioned, I love Jesus Christ, boom, everything began to change. The atmosphere began to change. The spirit, it's like the spirit did not know what to do. The man did not know what to do. And as I began to speak those words, as soon as I mentioned the name Jesus Christ, the whole atmosphere changed. And I'm telling you, the spirit was disturbed, the man was being shaken, they were all trembling. And right as the trembling and the shaking began to take place, the spirit went right into hiding. It went right back to become invisible. And I began to hear the spirit continue to talk, and it was just speaking some words. The spirit was talking. It still was talking. And I began to rebuke the spirit. And as I began to rebuke the spirit in the name of Jesus Christ, then the next thing I found myself was I was now being brought back to my room. And as I was being brought back to my room, I now was aware that I was in my room physically. And then I began to hear a voice in the corner of my room, audibly, now me being alert. A voice was now in the corner of my room, right next to my closet. That voice was talking and talking, and I continued to pray. My eyes were closed, and I cried to the Lord, and I cried to my Father in heaven, and I said, Lord, in the name of Jesus Christ, cause your light to shine. Men, I tell you the truth, brothers and sisters, when I sleep, my room, I can't sleep with light on. Whenever I sleep, I make sure that the lights are turned off, and I completely sleep like in the dark. I can sleep. I'm not scared of the dark. I can sleep with no light. What happened that night was that when I began to cry and call upon the name of my God, I'm telling you what happened immediately as I was brought back to my bedroom. I can hear the audible voice with my physical ears in my physical room. I can hear the audible voice of the Spirit. It was talking from my closet, or just above my closet. I can hear it now. And then My eyes were still closed, and immediately there was a light that began to just shine in my room. And I knew if I opened my eyes, I would have been blinded by that light. I would have been blinded. My eyes would have been blinded physically. My eyes could have been blinded. But what happened was I kept my eyes closed, and there was this light that just completely it happened all so quickly. When I called upon my God, the Lord, to deliver me. I'm telling you, it's like you know when you have light, if you close your eyes and you shine light, bright light towards your eyes, that when you see light like that, that's what I saw. But except it was almost like the light was so bright, and its intensity was almost as bright as looking at the sun. That light shone in my room that morning, that night. And I'm telling you, right after that, the voice of the Spirit disappeared, gone, nowhere. I'm giving you a real account of what I experienced, something that happened to me in my life. This was an encounter that I had. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you, many people can be initiated in the occult, even in the dream or even in a vision. There are some covenants that people make in the dream in the night season. Whenever they have sexual intercourse in the dream, if you had sexual intercourse in your dream, I'm telling you, you need to, when you wake up and you were not aware of what happened, but it happened, you need to pray against that spirit that came to visit you and had sexual intercourse with you. Those so-called wet dreams are covenants, spiritual beings that come to have sex with people in the spirit. I'm going to share with you guys testimonies of how I was visited also by sexual spirits at night. I saw the most beautiful women, beautiful magazine type girls, models, supermodels. They appeared to me several times in the vision. And I know if I had done anything with them, if I had lied with them, if I had any intercourse with them, that would have been me having an intercourse with an unclean spirit. And I would have made a sexual covenant. Covenants are made knowingly or unknowingly. Many people make covenants unknowingly. My friends, I'm telling you, when the devil comes and he puts an offer before you, do not take it. Do not entertain the devil. In this dream, or when I was carried away in this realm, I'm telling you, I heard all that was being spoken to me. I did not tell them what they wanted to hear. But I knew that I was in, man, I'm telling you, it's almost like I was in the place of a president, like I was in the house of a president. It looked like I was in the house of a president or the house of somebody who was very, very powerful, and yet he was in the most powerful secret order. You understand what I'm saying? You must fortify yourselves. Protect your soul, brothers and sisters. Do not accept the offers that the devil brings before you. I'm going to share with all of you also. Maybe I can do a continuation, but I'll share with you guys at another time how some mysterious person sent me an offer to buy my entire channel, my YouTube channel, and to claim everything about even claim the name, The Controversy 7. And they offered me $100,000 to purchase everything. I was like, are you foolish? You think I'm actually going to do that? For me to do that, this was a few years ago. For me to do that is the equivalent of me selling away the people whom God sent my way so that I can be able to minister to them. For me to sell the name, The Controversy 7, or to give the ministry away for money is the equivalent of me saying, okay, Lord, you sent these people to me. Well, I'm selling them away. I'm giving them away. I can't do that. I'd rather get banned, or I'd rather run till I'm shut down than for me to sell the ministry away to somebody else. No, I can't do that. Morally, that's not right morally. So obviously I did not respond. I completely just ignored their offer. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you right now, the devil is out to get as many people as he can. He wants to recruit as many people as he can to the kingdom of darkness. Don't allow yourself to be recruited by the devil. Before you go to sleep, I'm telling you, you must fortify yourself. Pray, pray, pray. Pray that your Father in heaven protects you. You understand? It's very important to pray. Covenants that are done in the dreams, you need to pray against covenants made in the dreams, covenants made in the visions. You need to pray against all of those things. These are things that you must understand that you need to pray against. You understand what I'm saying? So until next time, brothers and sisters, I pray that this reached out to you. This was a testimony that I felt I should share with all of you. And feel free to give this video a thumbs up. And please share this content. Share the contents that you guys receive here on this channel. There are many people who don't have any idea about that this ministry, this channel even exists. So every time you give the videos a thumbs up, you help in carrying the video to be recommended to somebody who has not heard about this channel. So please give this video a thumbs up, like, and also subscribe if you have not yet subscribed. And feel free to share this information and all my other videos with as many people as you can. You never know who you will reach, because that is also a form of ministry. When you share simply a video of this channel to other people, you are ministering to people as well. So I want to say thank you guys for tuning in and for joining me. This is Controversy 7 Ministry. You take good care of yourselves, be blessed, be safe, and I will see you shortly. Till next time, take care.